So, Cail, it's crazy how the summer's progressed here. We're already into August. Schedule has been released. And last time we talked, you're the assistant coach now in your new role as the head coach for the Calgary Flames AHL affiliate. What's kind of been the summer like for you getting up to speed on the new transition here in your second year with the club?
Well, it's been interesting for sure. You know, a lot of conversations. Obviously, there's a lot of familiarity along the way. So between Ryan Huska and Brad Pascal, just sort of getting up to speed in different areas that I need to and communicating with our staff, which is much the same. So I've been fortunate in that respect. And basically it's sort of, seeing how the off season progresses, see how the summer signings go and what we're sort of shaping up like, and it feels good so far.
Yeah, well, it's been a very busy summer for Tree Living and the rest of the staff up in Calgary. And I know in speaking with you, you've had the chance to not only be with the team during the draft, but also go up and spend some time with some of the young prospects that were just drafted during development camp. Kind of what were the takeaways for you kind of in your new role with interacting with guys that were here last year in Stockton, like Josh Healy and Spencer Fu, but also some new faces as well?
Yeah, it's good to see the new faces, but especially for the guys that I'm familiar with, I think that it was nice to see them in a little bit of a different light in terms of being guys that have been through that development camp before, and that would take a bit of a leadership role in that. So I thought that, guys like Spencer Fu and even Dylan Dubé, who's been through a few and only spent a short amount of time with us, are able to sort of like show the way for the young guys, just like Brett Pollock and Josh Healy would. It's sort of an interesting dynamic to see them and learn to view them in a different light.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we would both agree that having guys like Dubé and Fu kind of being there to show the ropes to the younger guys can provide valuable experience, especially when there's such an emphasis on that quick jump from here down in Stockton up to the NHL level. Now, shifting away from kind of the hockey side of things, have you had a chance? I know you've been settling in kind of with a new setup for the upcoming year. Have you had a chance to kind of do some travel and some relaxation over the summer as well?
Yeah, for sure. I've had a good summer that way. I think that we're able to see the area that we live in, which is beautiful. We've managed to get over to the shore. We've managed to get into the hills, go to Lake Tahoe. So we're pretty fortunate to be able to live in a spot where there's so many things accessible around Stockton. At the same time, was able to get all the way across the continent back to Nova Scotia to see family back there with my family. So that was always really nice to bring my family back to where I come from and spend some time with the people we love back there.
Awesome. And then lastly, Cail, before we do let you go, the schedule has been released. Promo schedule will be coming out here shortly. What's the big takeaway for you? I just know in terms of a layout, you have to be happy with just kind of how the schedule is working its way out. A little more balance here this season for your number 4 for the Stockton Heat.
Yeah, I think there's good balance. We've got a busy November. There's a fair amount of games in there, but that's something that we can get right into. It's early in the season, so we can pile in a lot of games while the team is fresh. At the same time, our overall trips and geography are pretty well sorted out, and I feel like we're going to have a chance to recover in between trips. I think that it's a good home schedule. We got a lot of good dates on the schedule for our fans, so we're excited about that. I think that overall it gives us a good chance, and that's all we're asking for. Give us a decent schedule to work with, and I think the AHL and our front office has done a great job of that.
Yeah, it's an exciting time of year. Just 1 month away from training camp starting up in Calgary, and also just over a month away from players coming down here to start up year number 4, the Stockton Heat. 7 teams now in the new Pacific Division. Cail, thanks as always for chatting, and before we know it, hockey will be back here in Stockton.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure there's lots of people around the city that are eager to get back inside a nice, cool rink.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.